Alright, so after almost 5 hours, we have the rest of the units. So these are the final 5 units that I didn't get. And I basically, thanks to Tax and everyone else who was in those stages, just kind of helping out to get bonus drops. So unfortunately, I did run out of trait rerolls because I got like horribly cooked while rolling on some units. So this is what it is. What it is on these guys. There is no leader boost because all of these guys aren't led under the same category, I believe. So we're gonna start with Caesar, who is a 1 placement. So Arcanist is pretty terrible on him. So we're pretty much just gonna be looking at his raw stats. Then he basically just gets stunned in Sunburn, and then he has his nuke ability. So stuns enemies for 6 seconds, and then Sunburn just does the 65% damage 10 times over 5 seconds and increased flame damage by 35%. So Caesar is honestly pretty bad. Oh wait, Red, could you place the buffs down? But basically the whole point of Caesar is for his vitality sacrifice. Increase this unit's attack, increase a unit's attack in range by 50% of this unit's attack. Sacrifice this unit. So Honor 1 is his best trait for his ability. This is level 100 too. Oh my god, he's terrible. So let's say I were to pick like this Tandro here. I could use Vitality Sacrifice. Yo, no, the text is sped up. The text is sped up. And it will buff just a random unit in range. So now Tandro is at 1.6. Because I think I buffed Tandro. What? Game? Okay. This unit with sacrifice cannot be summoned again. Well, that's unfortunate. But yeah, that's pretty much all for him. He's not really that great. Because his damage stat is pretty low. But now we'll get on to Tandro, who's apparently also like just as terrible. So his unique ability, each hit increases rage by 1%. When he reaches 100%, he gains 300 times attack, resistance, and cancels enemy regen for 300 seconds. So his passive is Sunburn only throughout the entirety of it. Ooh, that's a big circle. Okay. So, although apparently, from what I heard, he's single hit. Oh my god. It takes 500 seconds for him to fill up the meter because he has 5 SPA. Yo, it's chopped. Hold on. Is that enough? Oh, but it reset the meter. Oh my god. 1. Okay, he's at 90. Turn the speed down to like 3. Spawn an enemy. Just so we get the meter filled, see what his stats are like. Although I don't think it's anything that crazy. $26 million. I mean, that's like nothing. Honestly, that's nothing crazy compared to like Roger and Whitebeard. If you had Fallen One on him, it wouldn't be that bad. But the problem is, it's like not viable and like at all. Unless he gets multi-hit on some of his earlier forms. Like, is this form multi-hit? Single hit? What about this one? Single hit. And that's single hit. Okay, Tandro's trash. That's all there is to it. Tandro's like just trash. If he was multi-hit, he would actually be pretty decent. The problem is he's trash. The only thing good about him is his cosmetic. Which that is his cosmetic. It's kind of tough. I'm going to save Kisame for last because I already know what he does and he's kind of stupid. So we're going to save him for last. Next up, we got Maril Leona, who is 3 placement. So now we'll do this. Let Amu cycle. Wait, shit. 3 times speed. Let Amu cycle real quick. So without a leader buff, 1.66 million with flame and superpower. And then she has this secondary range, which basically every 2 seconds, any units that are within this red circle will take 3 times her damage since I have her max. But if it's not 3 times, then it just starts with flame. Then it starts with 2 times attack and flame, and then 3 times attack and flame. And then the AoE goes up to 75% of her range. And then he has her ability, which is 5 times damage dealt. So it's a 5 times total damage nuke, applying blue flames to all enemies in range. After that, she removes her resistant, and then reduces her attack to 25%. Which, I mean, a total damage nuke is alright, but like, she ain't that good. Her stats are pretty terrible. To kind of forward, like, pump that up. So next we have Mustang, who is actually hybrid. You can place him on ground or hill. And he has critical and flame. And his unique ability, each hit cancels enemy regen for 15 seconds. Each hit will increase attack by 0.5% and reduce SPA by 0.5%, max 150% attack, and minimum 0.5 SPA. If no hit for 5 seconds, stats will reset. So that's what this means. That's what this meter is. So we'll keep going through the upgrades. And he's on 2 SPA. So this is just him with raw buffs and his meter not filled at all. Which even that's pretty decent. Although I feel that might actually end up I don't know if it's better than his original thing. I gotta turn the HP up. Turn up the HP to a super high number, then turn the speed up. Wow, it takes him a while to fill up his meter. And he has to be consistently attacking for this meter to stay up. So wait for it to get to 100. I mean, it's pretty good. But do we think that this is better than... I mean, he has the crit though. But do we think it's better than the other form? Because the old form of him was also stupid powerful. I mean, we do have the extra crit on him, making him more diverse. That is loud. So only Whitebeard and Roger worth this? Well, you haven't seen Kisame yet. Hold on. Mustang is alright. I feel like his damage could be a bit higher. But then again, I feel like the burn's pretty good. I don't know. I guess it's up for debate. And last, but not definitely not least, and probably the best, what if like maybe one of the best units of this update, we have Kisame. Now, first impressions, you have this really nice looking domain here. It actually looks quite nice. And here's Kisame. So, off rip, we're looking at some alright damage with pretty low SPA, an alright circle, absorption and deadly pressure, which is actually a really good like combination for passives. So we're just going to go through his upgrades real quick before we get to his unique ability. We'll just go through his upgrades, max them out. So he's looking at some alright damage, alright SPA, some really nice range. But when we open up his unique ability, deals 3 times attack every second and applies drowning to all enemies in range. So he is constantly applying drowning over and over again and dealing 3 times his damage every single attack. So we'll just turn this speed up just so we can let his absorption cap out. Whoa. So like 4 million, I mean, yeah, it's a pretty low damage stat, but we take into account this stupid passive where it's dealing 12 million DPS and applying drowning. Like, this shit's kind of crazy. And if we go through and go up a bunch of waves for his deadly pressure to be a bit better. So, like, if we just remove enemies and set the HP to, like, 10 billion. I think that's 20 billion. Okay, whatever. He's dealing damage pretty quick. Well, it's not that quick, but he is still kind of insane. Just place both of him. You're right. He is a 2 placement. I kind of forgot about that. Which just adds to the stupidity of him. Like, and I'm pretty sure this works even if he's out of stamina. And with this range, just dealing full AoE damage. Like, this is stupid. And with absorption, he can even hit the he can hit elemental enemies. Yeah, near 400 range. Like, shit's actually crazy. He is an insane unit. 100% gonna be meta. Same with Whitebeard though, but I have still yet to get Honor 1 on him after like 4 super trait rolls. Super Celestial Crystals and over like 500 rerolls. I've gotten Streamliner and Streamliner only. But yeah, that's every single unit from this update that I've showcased. I'm probably going to upload this before I do the Akainu one because I forgot to do the thumbnail for the Akainu one. But like, it's crazy. That's the whole summer update though. So now we got to wait for the Halloween update on like December of 2027 or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that's going to do it for now. Thank you all for being here.